What's good, my brethren? Shalom. Man, I've been doing some thinking in the last few days, and haven't really done a video in a while because I haven't really felt led to do so. But I feel led to do this video. It's something I've been thinking about for a while, and I'm going to probably go in different directions, but coming to the main direction, the direction of edification and self-improvement. And that's the main purpose of it. And I don't really have any absolute direct things to talk about, scripted and all this kind of stuff. You guys know me over the years. So anyways, in this video, man, you know me, I've been into the whole prepping scene for years. I've given you brothers a lot of movies to watch. One movie I'll probably watch tomorrow again is The Day After, 1983 movie, The Day After, about Russia launching nuclear attack on America, and the before and after. My brothers, if you're paying attention to the international politics and how things are moving, it's literally moving very similar to that movie. You see what I mean? You got the Russian, you got Europeans versus the other white people, the Russians, versus the other white people, the Americans. And you have a kingdom divided amongst itself. This is actually going according to the scriptures of the Bible. So what I see is that the best prep that a man can have is to prepare himself to meet his maker in peace. Prepare yourself to meet his maker in peace. And that's every day, whether it's war or not war. But that's just I just thought about it. Like, the maker is the one that gave you the Bible, which is the script to tell you and reveal to you what's going to happen in the last days, which we're currently living in the same exact countries. To those that have spiritual understanding, we understand Europe and the beast and Gog, Magog, and Babylon, and the daughter of Babylon. These are things that most people don't understand, man, and they don't put the pieces together. So it's like, you shall know the truth, and the truth will make you free. I feel free, and every day I try to stay right with the Most High, that, hey, if he clip me, I see him and his son in peace. That's the best prep that a man can have, bro. Person, not just a man, but because and I'm gonna pull that, walk it back so we could see the whole picture. Because I'm like I said, always been into prepping and stuff, and just knowing about the end of the world. Had somebody the other day talking about, hey man, did you hear about the digital, something like Elon Musk and the digital brain, whatever? Does this sound like the mark of the beast? And I was like, oh, okay. I thought it was something new, bro. Like, I've been kind of telling you this for a minute. I stopped telling these people this because I'm like, well, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, in the beginning, I had all this kind of like zeal to try to not forcefully, but to convince people, hey, this is the way. This is the truth. Now I'm like, man, those who want it, those who the Most High already done established gonna get it is the ones that's gonna get it. And those who he said you don't care about, those are the ones he don't care about. And they all mixed up together. So those who want it gonna get it. And those who meant to get it gonna get it. And so now people are seeing kind of like the stuff in their face. They're seeing, these different separation of the country and stuff. Like they're seeing the ICE raids and stuff like that, physically in front of them. See, So we're going to go through. Took a few notes, but when you look for the biggest prep you could have, man, is, it's like I said, man, I've been all into prepping and stuff, man. You gotta get your beans. Yeah, I got beans, guns, blades, you know what I mean? A prep plan, a map to go here, an idea to go this place, that place. But I come to the conclusion, bro, everything could be compromised. You know, oh, you got your wife, you got your children on your prepping plan all together. And if you watch that one, what was it? The day after, not the day after. It was a documentary. After Armageddon, I think that's what it was. I don't watch so many of these things. The Colony is a good one too. Season. I think it was done by National Geographic or the Discovery Channel. It was not the TV series like that's still going on or whatever, but it's like it was a TV series, but it was like a Discovery Channel or something. But anyways, it did 2 seasons of it. But the point is, it was about these preppers and survivors, and I watched that. But this other one I was watching when this dude, his father had a son named Casey or something, and then he had a daughter, and her daughter had a boyfriend named Jason. And I remember that one because this was the father had all the preps in the world. But one slip up, and the stuff hit the fan, and the collapse occurred. And one slip up, and see, you can control you. See, as an older brother, I've concluded that the only person I can really control is myself. I have to look in the mirror, and that's it. I have control over, pretty much, myself. You can influence other people, etc., but they have to be willing to listen to what you're saying, right? Other than like forceful, like forcing slavery or something like that. But in regular, everyday terms, and you can only really control yourself. And I looked at it and I said, man, that's a good example. So what happened is that you had the father who had set up all these preps. He set up a preparation, what do you call it, plan. And he had a bug out plan and all this stuff, bug out vehicle. He bugged out to the bug out, you know what I mean? To the acreage up north, you know what I mean? And so what ended up happening is that his whole plan got compromised because he wanted to please his daughter. Okay, your daughter can bring her boyfriend along. So that was like an unplanned dude. So what ended up happening, y'all got to watch that. It was, what was that, man? I think it was it was American Blackout. That's what it was. American Blackout. And he ended up, the daughter's boyfriend ended up compromising the whole family's safety. And then the father was taking that knife point, about to get his throat slit, until magically the power came back on and everybody went back to being the antisocial bastard that they are like today, But you can have all the preps in the world, but you have to have the mentality to understand if you're not prepped for betrayal, if you're not prepped that you may not be able even to get to your main preps, you might not ever be able to get back to your house. Something I was thinking about. I could have, a year's worth of food. Not saying I do. I'm just saying, what if a person had that? So what if, what's crazy? I was yesterday or the day before, I was walking and I walk. I'm addicted to walking. Today it was even nicer. I said, oh boy, I was out there like 3 times, bro. I love going outside. And like I said, in Michigan, man, the last 5 months, bro. Let me see. What's this? We going into April, bro. So this is like January, February, March. 3 months in 2025. And then 2 months back. Oh, jeez, man, about 3 months back. I told her 5 to 6 months of cold weather that you don't want to really be outside in. 3 months of like real cold weather that you really, really don't want to be in. But Now it's like tolerable with a jacket, you know what I mean? Today, anyways. Michigan changes like the emotions of a female, but you know. But I've been I just love walking though. It's one of my addictions. Well, one of my good addictions. But yesterday I was taking my walk and it was some dude. What I'm saying, I'm in the hood. I'm looking at this Persian dude. He looked Persian or Indian or something like that. He didn't look. You know how you like, what? This dude don't look Hispanic. Yeah, I know Hispanic. You got darker skin, and all that. He looked like some. I couldn't tell, man. Quite honestly, I couldn't tell. But how he was dressing, it's goofy, skinny. Hair was all weird. He had a weird jacket on. He just didn't fit in. Then he's standing on the corner waiting for like a Uber or something. I'm like, man, this dude's like, he don't fit in amongst the hood. You know what I mean? But I know a lot of people start moving into the hood because it's cheaper. You know what I mean? They can get, try to blend in, but they can get rent cheap. But anyways, they got me thinking about all the millions of or hundreds of thousands of undocumented and illegal immigrants that have been allowed under Biden and Democrats or whatever, and however long this has been going on, but very heavily in the last administration to be allowed to just come on in, come on in America. Now you got Trump talking about sending all these illegals out and doing ICE raids and stuff. It's like, okay, yeah, you're going to find all these people amongst 300 something million people. Okay, good luck with that. But how you going to, so you seeing the big picture I'm saying is this. You see the big picture is that America is collapsing. The white man's kingdom is collapsing. And, they got to create this chaos in order to bring the new world order, which is to, mark everybody and tag them and make it to a digital system, you know what I mean, where they crash certain currencies. And maybe each country still got their own currency, but it'll just be digital. Either way, it's the mark of the beast. You can see this technology. It's kind of crazy how you even have a technology dude in the Oval Office, known for putting brain chips in people, right? So is this really far off? That's what scared a couple of these people to speak to me about some stuff that we had spoke about in the past. That's what I think. They see it in their face. They see the open racism by some of these whites. They see, the mark of the beast technology, and they see Elon in office and all this stuff. And they like shook. As well they should be. But I'm not shook. And brothers that have been in on this, we already know. So they say there's going to be wars and rumors of wars, but see that you don't be troubled. So I look at it, man, like every day I try to prepare to see the maker, man. And if you look at it kind of like that, it's like I ain't going to say, hey, look, man, I ain't never passed away, so I ain't going to say, it ain't, a human being, you're going to be kind of scared, but I'm more so accepting that that's a possibility. You know what I mean? People going on in their lives thinking they're eternal and they, immortal, excuse me. But I think that's the strongest prep. So anyways, back to the plan. You can plan forever. You got a whole bunch of preps, a bug out vehicle, a super cool bunker. But if you can't, what if, number one, you can't even make it to the bunker? Because one of these dudes, the reason I mentioned that dude, that he looked like Indian or something, like from, gas station, 7-Eleven owner dude. So, they literally own 7-Eleven up the street. He's like one of those dudes. Actually, they do live down the street from the store, now I think about it. But anyways, I ain't ever seen this particular dude. My point is, many of these countries that America has went around the world bombing and terrorizing and stuff like that, and destroying their hospitals. And some of these people that they've done this stuff to are in this country as refugees. And they have, so what I'm saying is this. When you really look at all these pieces, I anticipate by the end of this year or something, I would not be surprised, based on all the illegals they brought in here. I wouldn't be surprised if they, and based on their lust for dropping bombs on Iran and positioning themselves right now, America is to go to war with Iran through the Jewish people's will, who own the president through the lobby. They, it's, bro. So let me get back to the dude, the brown dude. So what I'm saying is, I ain't saying he was one of the. I'm saying this. This is what I'm saying. I have conditioned. I understand that there's a possibility that America is gonna get attacked from within, and this dude that I ain't ever seen, not him particularly, but how many of these people that are undocumented that we don't even know the hell they is, and a lot of them could be, and what the FBI has even said, could be sleeper cells, meaning people who are, terrorists or whatever. And when called upon, they do, do whatever it is that they program to do. You know what I mean? That they're going to attack certain infrastructure or do this or that. I don't know. However, the scripture do say that America will be filled with different men as with caterpillars. And the caterpillars, they devour the tree that they in. You see what I mean? They devour the leaves. When they start hatching, they come out. You ever seen a cluster of caterpillars? When they start hatching, they looking for food. And they eat their way out of the cocoon. They eat their way into the tree, and they eat all the leaves on the tree. And I think America is filled with these forces, whether it be Iranian and what they say. I'm reading or listening to some of these FBI reports and stuff, and even some police reports say this stuff. So now I was talking to one ex-police officer. He was saying the same thing. He said, I wouldn't even doubt that these illegals. When I say illegals, I'm not talking about Hispanics. I'm talking about people from, it could be any country. It could be, any country. But the kicker is that this brown dude could pass for some Hispanic dude. But to me, he don't look like none of the Hispanics I've seen in Colombia and different South American stuff. My point is, but he could blend in, is basically what I'm saying. And so I'm like, yo, what if you have like that movie? What was it? What was that movie? Yeah, I know it was The Purge, but it was one. Yeah, let's go with that one. The Purge, when the government had put mercenaries or something, agitators, and already had agitators in place to cause the chaos and so that people would purge, kind of thing. And I wouldn't even. So I think that these people are already here. I would not be surprised if some kind of attack happened in America, and they're going to blame Iran. Whether Iran did or didn't, they're going to blame them, because that's what they got a hard on to go at Iran and bomb the hell out of them. Then they would have remember when you say peace and safety, that's all cap. On one hand, America is going and trying to think about how retarded that sounds. You funding a war, a proxy war against the Russians, so America fighting the Russians. NATO's fighting the Russians already through Ukraine. It ain't worked all this time. Now, all right, let's talk about some peace. Well, you're talking about peace, that sounds good. And maybe Trump does really want peace, but at the same time, he's talking about attacking Russia's friend that they already have a mutually defense agreement with, which is Iran. So it's like, the white man, I know racism and all like that, just based on history. They known for breaking covenants and agreements. So when have they kept them, right? So, on one hand, you talking about talking peaceful things to the Russians. On the other hand, you talking about bombing the living daylights out of the Russians' defense partner. Like, how that gonna work? At the at the behest of the Israeli lobby, right? Because you've been bought and paid for. Trump's been bought and paid for. You know what's crazy? He ran on being the peaceful president, and Biden got us all into all of these different wars. But he's doing the same thing. He ain't turned off the support for the Ukraine war. I think he turned it off for like a couple of days and turned it back on. So America's still supporting. He can turn it off quick, but he ain't gonna do it. And he's still funding the war as of right now, to my knowledge. But guys, so he flipped back and forth. You don't know. Tomorrow he might turn it back off, right? But one thing he's stern on is, supporting the Israeli people. He real stern on that because of people that, got him in office and people he surrounded himself with. And they hell bent on inflaming the war so that Netanyahu can stay in office. Inflaming the war. Yes, I mean, I think that I don't think these are like two separate wars. I think these are the same because it's world war. I just think it's a different region because you got Europe and Eurasia and then the Middle East, like Southeast Asia, which is Northeast Africa, Southwest Asia. They call it the Middle East. Point is, this is a world war. We are in World War III, as I said multiple times. You want to wait until you see the movie. See, just as people was looking at in that movie, they was waiting for the bombs to fly. Oh, now we're in World War III. And then after the nukes dropped, oh, World War III is happening. We're in it. No, bro, we're in World War III for a minute. You know what I mean? Since America funded the war against the Russians through Ukraine, bro. Hundreds of thousands of deaths later, Ukrainians dead. So now Trump is threatening to leave NATO, but the Europeans, which is the beast, is starting to hate the whore, which is America. And I don't see no difference between Russia and they all the same European or white or Edomite or Caucasian group of people, or Germans or Greeks or Romans. It's all the same group of people, bro. You know what I mean? Are they Americans? Are they Australians? Are they Canadians? It's all the same group of people. It's all the same Edomite kingdom, you know what I mean? It's just that they are divided and they don't like each other. So, but what all these white countries agree on is that they don't like America. That's why if you get out of this country, if you can, might be a good idea. If you can't, you're in the hands of the Most High. Either way, you're in the hands of the Most High. But, so, yeah, just something I was thinking about, man. So I said, all right, so that dude I covered, the brown dude, I said, how many of these dudes that don't, these people that are illegal people that are in the country, I don't even care. I just care that they don't cause problems to us regular folk that's trying to live regular, cool lives. The illegals that cause problems, I have a problem with them. But if they're illegal now and then they can get legalized, I don't really care. But as long as they're not taking away this and that from us, I don't really care. Oh, excuse me. If they're illegal, they need to get legal or get out. But I don't even really want to get into all that because you can, I don't want to even really get into the legal or illegal thing because you can be basically married to an American woman and still be considered, like say you from some other country, you be married to her, but they still call you illegal because you ain't got a citizenship, you just got a green card or something. I don't know. My point is this, man. People that's here illegally and they got to be dealt with. If they're here illegally, man, hey, you got to follow the rules and regulations. But what I'm saying is that how you gonna know who is and who ain't, man? Majority of people, I don't even know the numbers, man. If the FBI don't even know the numbers, how I know the numbers. But I would say that whatever percentage within that group, legal and illegal, have ill intentions towards this country, it's probably a bunch. And it's been a prophecy that there will be an internal revolution in America. And then that's going to make America weak within. And then his enemies is going to light this bitch up like a firecracker. No, like a finale, literal finale. So, but yeah, so that, I'm like, how many of those illegal and legal people who have bad intentions towards this country and American citizens who have bad intentions towards this country? I didn't think about that element. You got elements, you got even white folks who hate America. Ain't that something? Ain't that a kingdom divided amongst itself? We got to worry about the illegals, but what about your American citizens who, you know, I don't know what number that is, but, you know, because we all can be labeled, you know, terrorists or whatever. But let's just focus on the illegals because we don't really, like, we don't know nothing about many of these people. But there's people saying that there's been some training of these people to do some stuff when called upon. So, you know, you hear this, you hear that. I don't know how true it is, but why not, man? So I think the most important prep in the world is to have your spiritual house in order and secondary and mental and physical, you know what I mean? But I expect some kind of, if it's a false flag or some kind of explosion, they're going to blame it. What they say? The revolution shall not be televised, right? Well, what if it's an EMP? How you going to televise something? They'll just blame it on Iran, bro. It's like textbook. Who do you think? When did America tell you the truth? You think they're gonna tell you the truth about what happens when it does happen? You think they're gonna tell you the truth, man? If you think they're gonna tell you the truth, I got some oceanfront property in Phoenix I need to sell you. You know what I mean? I got some ocean. Hey, I got some island front property here in Michigan. You know what I mean? Hawaiian island property here in Michigan. I gotta sell you. So my thing is, if brothers got the capability to get the hell out of this place, go ahead and do so. In my opinion, you know what I mean. But yeah. So my whole point is, okay, so let's say you out and about, and then it's some kind of something done happen. You at work or whatever. And then, oh, it's another pandemic, or oh, it's been a terrorist attack in your neighborhood, and you can't, or they blew up a bridge, or you can't even get to your house because you usually take the bridge, or you usually take this particular highway. But somebody done did a terrorist act or whatever and blew it up. One of these illegals or whoever, or what they call national, I don't know what they call it. Somebody done did it, right? Whether it's the government, somebody done did it. We ain't ever gonna know, bro. We know what they're going to tell us. But us being more intelligent brothers, we see that we understand. We watched the movie Wag the Dog with Dustin Hoffman and Robert De Niro. We understand that, yeah, maybe when we get told something, maybe it ain't really all that true, right? And maybe, there's a little bit of spin on there, you know what I mean? But, so we got a lot of internal things going on, man. But yeah, if that happened, man, this year, man, it would surprise me based on how fast things are accelerating since Trump been in office. I don't even think it's been a solid 3 months yet. All the executive orders, a lot of stuff been going on. And now we're going to look into the multiple international wars, which he said he didn't want nothing to do with, right? I'm going to run for peace. I'm going to get us out of all of these wars, right? So this is World War III that we in, bro. See, Americans don't feel it, but the Russians, Ukrainians feel it. They're already in it. Oh, and the Europeans, the other white folks, the home of the white folk, no racism or nothing, they definitely feel that they in World War III. Remember, where did World War II take place? Europe, right? When you look at all the pieces, let's talk international. You look at all these pieces, dude. America just bombed the heck out of Yemen, which is one of the southwest of Saudi Arabia, which is one of the main ports for shipping stuff in and out of that region, oil and stuff like that. And they just bombed the country, but wait, that's one of Iran's allies. So what you see is they are strategically targeting Iran's allies to weaken Iran, but Iran's biggest ally is China and Russia and North Korea. So do you think that these three countries I just mentioned is going to sit idly by? And remember, I think they said China gets a huge amount of their oil from Iran. So again, do you think that these three countries who are tied into Iran, those are some big friends to have, right? China, Russia, and North Korea. You think that these three groups of people are going to allow America to go in and bomb Iran and just take the oil like they did with Iraq? Iraq is not the same as Iran, bro. Iran got, you've seen the missiles that they shot on Israel, the land of Israel, a few months ago. Nobody thought that they had their capabilities. So my point is that the anti-war president, Donald Trump, is now pushing for war with Iran at the behest of his masters, allegedly, the Israeli lobby led by Netanyahu. And on the other hand, so he's pushing for war with Iran, which is throwing gasoline on the flame, bro. Because Iran is like the linchpin. It's the pivot point. It's the point where all these other countries, big countries, China, Russia, have a whole lot of interest. And so if America can weaken Iran, it will essentially weaken China, weaken Russia. You see what I mean? And strengthen itself. But I look at it bigger than that. I look at it as like, these are the countries that the scriptures even tell you. What you know, and you know the Persians, the Edomites. The Ish people that say they're Jews but are not according to the scripture. You know these different pieces to the puzzle. This war is literally bringing all the nations to the land of Armageddon. You see what I mean? Is bringing the nations, I would say, to that region. You see what I mean? So you could stop the war in Ukraine with just like turning off the money. But Trump ain't going to really I don't know if he's going to do that or not. I don't know. Kind of like you don't know what to expect from this dude. But on the other hand, he's funding this war that really will draw in all the other countries anyways. Because Israel is not the Israeli people, but the land itself is the promised land for Yah's promised people who are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth to be gathered at the end when Messiah personally comes down, and takes them and places them in the land. Not a 1948, 47 agreement by some white folks so that some other white folks settle the land. No. Anyways, so that hasn't happened yet. So, but yeah, these are all pieces to the puzzle. and everybody has a real interest in that region. And it's like all inflamed, bro. And they were talking about America having warships and those big warships going on over there, and everything is positioned on a chessboard for an attack on Iran by the United States, from what I'm, gathering and stuff. So that's the international stuff. We on a multiple war front. But remember, these are wars and rumors of wars that the Messiah said will happen out of the scriptures. So that's one of the other reasons I got confidence in the Bible, because it's telling you what's going to happen. So, I got guns, many of us brothers, we got guns, we got food, we got preps and all that stuff. And hey, I'm coming to the conclusion after all these years that yes, you prepare for the best and you also prepare for the worst too. What if you can't? I always try to have a water filter mechanism with me wherever I go, you know what I mean? And it's just, even if I don't, I know how to filter water, but it's always good to have some kind of way to filter your water and stuff like that. Even if I love walking, so even I had to walk, 5 miles to get home or something. Car get hit in the EMP, you know what I mean? It's some interesting stuff. The times that we're in is very interesting. I anticipate some kind of false flag happening here in the United States. Let's say I anticipate, but let's say I wouldn't be surprised if it does happen this year. I'm not going to say I anticipate it. Because I anticipate a year of flux, a year of, like as it has begun, it will probably continue on the same way. I don't even think Trump been in there 3 months, actually. See, January 20th. No, it's been like 2 months, like some days. But look at all the stuff he done did, man. I already got a war with Iran moving. Think what this dude done did, man. Put tariffs, taxes on all these different. He done, in this short period of time, he done caused the Europeans, who already hated America, those white Europeans hate the American whites, right? Because they look at Americans as stupid and arrogant, and look at the president. You see what I mean? They're not really proving them wrong. So, but the Europeans have hated America for a minute. So now, there's a lot of pieces to the puzzle, man. So now, Trump talking about leaving the war in Russia and basically leaving that over to the Europeans, and they can basically take it from here, kind of thing. So now the Europeans like, dang, nigga, y'all done got us into this war. We done committed our money to this narrative, and you just talking about taking your support and then going back across the ocean, you know what I mean? And so now you got these different European leaders in Germany and France and all talking about, nah, we gonna keep this going because the Russians are coming. And so now you have different countries in Europe, like France, Poland, and different countries arming and getting on a war footing. You see what I mean? So there's a lot of things going on, man, in the world. You have the Iranians preparing for war, the Egyptians preparing for war, the Yemenis preparing. War is a slice of the day, man. And all America's worried about is a slice of pizza. So I live my life, just understanding that it ain't promised, man. Me going to the store or this and that, I might not be. I'm at peace with the fact that I may die. I'm at peace with the fact that, number two, I might not be able to get home to my preps. I'm at peace with and I know it's kind of weird, but I'm at peace with the fact that there may be some kind of attack by some kind of group in America Of course, they let in, but some have said that they funded them, but I don't know about all that. I ain't in the back rooms hearing all this. The point is, whatever it is and whenever it happens, I try to keep my head on a swivel and understand that something gonna happen. I'll be surprised if something don't happen. So like when Cuz told me about the market, oh yeah, did you? It was something that like an article or something that I didn't read. Oh yeah, but over my overall mind, like I don't need to stay up on every single thing that comes out. You know what I mean? And be like an information hawk. You know what I mean? But I have an overall view of makes sense. So they thought it was telling me something that's going to surprise me like that. And how you going to surprise me when I supplied you, with the knowledge of this stuff, right? But hey, man, it's a good thing that people are getting scared because, some people just be comfortable. But when they start seeing the prices of this go up, price of that go up, and they talking about deporting this person and that, and now you certain black neighborhoods, you got, racist whites, showing their, fangs, you know what I mean? And feeling emboldened because they as they call it, the orange leader, you know what I mean, is emboldened them. And you got Elon Musk doing this Heil Hitler sign, Nazi sign. Like, dude, man, America is inflamed, bro. In 2 months, Cuz done caused tariffs and caused people to hate America even further. You caused your own white brothers to hate you. I can understand. But hold up. He trying to get buddy with the Russians, but all y'all Europeans, that's kind of funny, ain't it? He causing the Canadians, they talking trash. The Europeans, they talking trash. They already don't like Americans anyway. They think it's stupid and arrogant. But it's kind of like they turn their back on the Canadians, turn their back on the Europeans, but yet open the door to the Russians. Can you tell me a house divided, bro? So this is what I'm saying, man. But yeah, I just wanted to cover those things, man. What I think is the best prep in the world is a mentality that you probably gonna die. And when this stuff go down, you probably ain't gonna be, when it really go down, you'll be fortunate. I mean, you just don't know how it's gonna go down. What will it be? What will be the it? When the it hits the van, what is the it? Will it be an EMP strike or a nuclear strike or this or that or this or that? I don't sit around worrying about this stuff. I just know that pretty much something gonna happen and try to be prepared for whatever happens. Whether it's illegals doing coordinated shots, coordinated assaults like they did in Russia. You know what I mean? Like coordinated terrorist attacks, but instead of suicide bombs, they use semi-automatic or automatic gunfire. It probably will kill more people, as they say, but will it be that? Will it be this? Will it be this? Will it be that? We don't know, man. So my whole thing, man, making this video, man, just to encourage you, brethren, to be more so prepared for whatever comes, man. Be prepared for whatever, man, as much as you can. And if, I'm thinking like this, if you prepare for the worst, it's a great preparation. Prepare, what if you got, back to the example with the American blackout, he lost everything. He lost his preps. He almost lost his life. The father, he almost lost his life, all because of one slip up. Like I said, you can control yourself, but what? Are you my wife and my group? My group, got a prepper group. I mean, it would be more strength in numbers, yes. But really, man, the only way you controlling your prepper group. What if your woman, my wife, she's here for me. We talk about prepping all the time, and when it goes down, we'll be together. And like, dude, you got women leaving because her husband snores, nigga. She get a tingling in her panties for another dude. She leave. She throw away, 20 years of marriage because she just don't want to do it anymore. That happens now, bro. Do you really believe that when the stuff hit the fan, these chicks they hypergamy ain't gonna be even more activated with even more of a cutthroat? Cause now they world gonna be stripped away. And they gonna be like, hey, you don't got it, he got it, bye. I don't care about what you did for me in the past. Ain't they already like that right now? When this live's on the line, she ain't got no makeup. Chick going around stinking, she ain't taking no shower. Think about how comfortable these bitches are right now. And they don't even take care of themselves like that now with all the things that they got to take care of themselves with. Man, dude, man, with these comfortable hoes with social media and attention, and dudes, dinner dates and foodie dates and simps hitting their pockets and cash apping them and taking care of their laundry and paying for this and paying for that. These women are gods in America, bro. And you think when the stuff hit the fan that you gonna be able to trust this hoe? Yeah, I mean, I don't trust them now, and I know why. Yeah, they'd be more desperate, but by them being more desperate and rancid, this is their survival. They ain't been in survival mode. SHTF is survival. These chicks are not in no survival. These chicks are in fat ease of lifeness here in America right now. So this is just a side note, man. When the stuff hit the fan, they're gonna be stripped out of super ultra mega comfort. Man, you gotta be really careful about taking these bitches on. But hey, man, I don't even know why I even got in there. But yeah, back to the father, man. He compromised, man. His group was compromised. Oh, we're me and my wife are gonna be there forever, and our prepper group. And man, look, if she see that other dude got other resources, she gonna do very likely what women do right now. Except they got a legal system right now. And that day, she'll just probably slide off to the side, get with the dude with the other resources, and then, do some sexual stuff with him, come back to the husband and be like, and nothing happened, solidify her relationship with the other dude or whatever, and her betrayal, betray the husband or the man. He think everything good. Next thing you know, he done. Now the deal, she made a deal with the next dude. It's they gonna be more cutthroat, brutally cutthroat, I think. You know what I mean? Now they just brutally cutthroat through the system and stuff. But they do get dudes killed, don't get me wrong. But and when the system collapse, these hoes gonna be wanting comfort, bro. And so, like I said, with the father in that American Blackout, he was like, he had everything set, but he got compromised because of the people he had around him was compromised. So he could control himself, but he could not control Jason. And Jason was the loose cannon, what they say, the loose link in the chain that broke the whole chain. What they say, your chain is only as strong as its weakest link. And that's what I say. The link is you and the Most High, bro. And you can only control you. That's how I look at it. And when you look at that, that's the biggest prep. Not trying to be super religious and all that. It is what it is. But yeah, it could be an internal war, false flag. This is some interesting. We talking about 2 months into this dude's presidency, bro. In like a week. Internal war. His own white brothers into hating America further, right? But then he opened the door to talk to the Russians. Oh boy, y'all got to think about that. How you gonna make your neighbor North Canada angry with you? They the most passive most of the times I've been over there. They're the most passive, chill people, and you gonna make them angry with you. I heard this one chick talking about she was some Secretary of State representative or something like that for Canada, and she was like throwing around the idea. I think she seemed serious too. I forgot her name. Throwing around the idea of having being a place for. So basically, she was talking about having Canada be a place to store other NATO countries' nuclear bombs, just in case America go rogue or something like that. And you know what I mean? Like, yo, that's how much they hate America, bro. That's legit, bro. I forgot who that chick was. She sounded radical, but she sounded like she was really for her own country, Canada. So if they talking about leaving NATO and America's the leader of NATO, this is some huge stuff we going through in this world right now, bro. Huge stuff. But let's just go get a slice of pizza and some potato chips and be quiet about it. And a beer and sit back and enjoy our lives, right? Like the Smurfs. La, 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 la. Everything's good. Or the Lego movie. Everything is awesome, right? But nah, man, us brothers know what it is. We looking into things. But anyways, I just wanted to say that, man, while the spirit was on me to say it. And yeah, I think that's the strongest prep you can have, man. Ain't nothing wrong with prepping, bro. Hey, I need some more, shells and bullets. You understand me? But the reality, man, is that the biggest prep, man, what if you don't even wake up in the morning? Or what if you go to your job and it's an explosion and you can't even get back to your home because of all the traffic? And it's like a, 12-hour walk or 12-hour drive home. We gonna need gas, right? Well, everybody cluttered the gas. Oh, wait a minute, they hit Iran, right? So now gas prices went up to like $15, $12 a gallon. But wages have not went up, have they? Y'all see how this can be very collaptive? So this is, what was it? Trump sent a letter or whatever that Iran has 2 months to halt and cease their nuclear missile plan or whatever. And I'm like, dang, bro, why is you ran that you were going to be the anti-war president? That's what you call a snake oil salesman, the okie doke, bro. Now, I personally said, I didn't say that he would do this or he would do that. My thought process on it is if he do what he say he gonna do, then America's gonna be a better country. If he stayed out of wars, if he gonna improve, if he did the way he sold pitched the Americans that he was gonna do, America, and I said Trump would be is America's last hope, best hope. Because Biden gonna continue the wars. Not Biden, but Harris was gonna continue the wars. But then it's like, dang, Trump doing the same thing that only thing he doing different is he talking to the Russians. But then he done alienated his allies. Biden didn't even do that, you know? He alienated, you talking about going to war with China, going to war with Iran. And he talking about peace with Russia, but maybe you do want it. But if you really want it, turn off the money going to the Ukrainians. This war wasn't even began. I said it about 3 years ago. America's at that time at war with Russia in a proxy war, but it's still a war. They're just paying the Ukrainians to do a dirty work. But America's, in my opinion, even back then, officially at war with Russia. It's kind of like people didn't care though, man. Americans don't care, bro. Like if it ain't Kim Kardashian's worn out booty, if it ain't some, some whore rapping and singing about the value of her valueless box between her legs, like Americans don't care, bro. So Americans are stupid, bro. I mean, Americans are stupid. They're sheep, bro. But it is what it is. I care. I know what it is. But anyways, brothers, if you want to, share, subscribe. And if you want to support the channel financially, use the CashApp link in the description. I think I covered everything here, man. Just prepare your minds, man. You might lose everything. Check this out. That's another thing I was thinking about. Like in the movie After Armageddon, and I believe in the movie American Breakout, but definitely American After Armageddon. After a while, the houses, no matter how much you done prepped, unless you got an underground bunker that don't nobody know about, unless you got that, if you got just a regular house above ground and stuff, people gonna find out about your crib. And this is what I was thinking. Imagine you got a group of people in the neighborhood, marauders going house to house in your neighborhood and stuff. And they haven't got to you yet, but you probably got 30 minutes to get up out of there. Well, dang, what happened to your preps, cuz? You see what I mean? It's 20 of them, and you got 3 people with you. One of them is your wife. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you're like, dang, if I stay and fight, they're going to get these supplies anyways. Or do I just grab what I can and get the hell out of here? So then all the years of preps that you have will now be the next person's. Even in scripture, it says, those that have wives, be as though you have none. And those that have lands, be as though you don't possess those lands. And it also says something about in Esdras that when the stuff start hitting the fan, you have to be basically a pilgrim. I'm not saying it ain't good to have your stash and stay in your crib as long as it's safe. Why would you leave, right? Unless you got a bug out place. But most of us ain't like rich, can afford $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 bunkers and all that. We got a crib, you know what I mean? But you might have to split. If you get too hot and spicy where you at, you got to get out of there. And now you just off to wherever God gonna have you, you know what I mean? But anyways, a lot of things to think about. Leave a message, comment if you want, and much respect to you, brothers. Much love to you, man. I want you guys to be the best version of yourself, strong, powerful in these times. And until next time, EBM signing out. Peace.